At first, we're just gonna roll those shoulders up, back and down, adding the elbows, big arms, rolling through that upper body, lifting, stretching, rolling through, getting a stretch in that upper back, and then inhaling, opening through the chest, and then we'll step it out, add those bent knees, pull the abs in, roll it forward, lift it up, give it a squeeze, roll it forward, lift it up, give it a squeeze and pull back and down and pat back and down as you tap a toe. Bring it into step touch, keep those arms pumping up and down. In a moment, we're gonna take two steps to the right in 4, 3, 2, here you go. Just slightly different arms than usual. Add a little hamstring curl in the end if you want. You might start feeling this in your shoulders by now. Stay here, hamstrings only, hands to your hips. Ooh, shoulders out of your ears, elbows to your sides, push back, push back. And all you're gonna do is change. You're gonna keep the arms, you're gonna bring the legs in front, toe tap, arms keep pressing back. And then add a knee lift. And then big arms, up and down you go. Point the toe. Up and over you go. Knee across your body. In a moment, we'll stay on the right to double time in 4, 3, 2, here you go. Two more. And step touch. Regular arms. And then bring that into a bicep curl in front. In a moment, we'll take 2 to the left. In 4, 3, 2. This time, if you want, add a knee lift. And stay here, knee lift only. Change the arms to pull down as the knees come up. Up and over you go. Knees can cross the midline. And then in a moment, we'll stay on the left to double time it. In 4, 3, 2, here you go. Two more. And step touch, wide stance. We'll start to dip that shoulder up and around. 2 more. And then we stay in that dipped position. Shoulders out of your ears, head in line. Pull the belly button in, tuck the hips, extend, tucking in the hips. And then adding on, tuck the hips, pull the belly button in, round the mid-back, extend the tailbone, press and open. So rounding through kind of the lower 3/4 of your torso. And then finally adding that full body cat-cow. And then we'll drop the right shoulder in, look up over the left, press that right leg open. Back through center, left shoulder drops in, look over to the right. And back through center we go again to the right. Right shoulder in, I mean. And left shoulder in. Big deep breath in. And bring it up. All right, so you're just gonna have one weight probably for this first one in your left hand. Because you're probably gonna want to have your chair here. Left foot is a little ahead and turned out, just a little ahead. Right foot might be slightly turned out also. And for now, just hold the weight here. Let's bend the knees, not so much that you're uncomfortable, and then roll up on the tippy toes. Up and down we go. Bending the knees, up on the tippy toes in this position. 2 more like that. Good. Adding on, this is where you may want to grab your chair. Excuse me. Bend both knees, roll up on your tippy toes, lift that outside leg, bring it up, balance, extend it out on an angle, thigh facing the ceiling, and then come down. So that was really slow motion. We're going to do a few of them nice and slow, like slowly like that. Bend. No, we're going to do them nice and slow. Raise up, bend the knee, extend it out, point the toe, bring it down, and settle. Bend, lift, reach, extend, adding an arm off to the side if you want. Knuckles face the ceiling, palm down. Bend it, lift it, extend it, hold for a split second, bring it down. So we should be working the quad on the right leg, as well as the quad on the left leg, a little bit of left shoulder, and maybe a little right booty. And hopefully, oh, by the way, we're working that right calf. Especially, maybe both calves, depending on as you're raising up, but more on that right, obviously. We just have 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Here comes the special one. Raise up, bring it up, extend it out, hold your balance, lift the leg an inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 3, 17, 2, and 1. Ah, woo! All right, quick little stretch. Right leg, press it back, bend into the left knee. So you're getting that diagonal stretch for that left calf, or that stretch for that left calf. If your booty's out, bring it with you. And then bend the back knee a little bit to deepen the stretch. And roll up. Now switch it, so your left leg goes back, but you're going to bend the left knee and drop into a hip flexor and quad stretch. Left arm can come up, reach behind you, and maybe go over to the other side. And bring that up. Okay. We're switching sides. Yippee. All right, so left leg is right leg is slightly in front. Left leg might be in a little bit of turnout. We'll just start with, what did we start with? A little bend and raise up. And we had our hands here. Yeah, here we go. Little bend, little lift, little bend, little lift. 2 more like that. Beautiful. And then we go into our very slow motion. Woo! Bend it, raise up, lift, extend, turn out, bring it down, and again, lift it up, raise it out, extend it out. Whenever you want, you can add those arms. You don't have to add them at all. Don't forget that moment at the top where you hold your balance. more. And we hold it at the top, extend that leg, and then we lift it, lift it, lift it. And bring that down. Woo. We will step back with that left leg, press down with that heel, press forward into your right leg, press back and down, long calf stretch, and then bend that knee a little bit. Then take that forward. Right leg goes back, tuck it under, and sit into it. Yep, arm up. And over if you like. Bring that back. All right, some hamstring love now. We're gonna put both weights in our, in our left hand. Right leg is forward and slightly bent. Left leg is nice and straight. We're gonna bend that left knee a little bit, extend to your, in a long straight line from your head to your heel, right arm down, give it a rowing motion, and then stand it up. So right knee is slightly bent, arm down, parallel position with your back, lift it up. So feel that right glute and that right hamstring. So basically it's a single leg deadlift with a little row with the left arm. So right knee has a gentle bend in it so you can get that beautiful long flat line in your spine. Feeling those? Almost there. Last one, bring it over, find that extension, give me a little bend in your elbow, lift an inch, at the same time bend and straighten that left, or excuse me, right knee, bend and straighten, left leg extended, 3, 2, 1, woo, yay, right leg over the left, hips go to the right, arm goes to the left, and then you're going to separate those feet as we did earlier in that turnout position. You're going to come down, you're going to bend your knees, you can set your weights down if you didn't already, roll through a cat, inhale through a cow, and really stick that right booty out to feel that stretch. Sit back, lift that right arm, increasing that stretch, maybe you lunge forward and lift it up. Oh, that should have felt good. Okay, we get to do the other side. Yippee. That was a miserably long step, wasn't it? All right, so left leg is in front, weights are in your right hand, little bend in that left knee. You're gonna hinge, you're gonna bring your arms down, row, and then stand up. That right leg is trying to be in a nice long parallel position to help you keep your spine long and in neutral. Getting there. Just two more. Last one, hold it here, bend the elbow, lift an inch as you bend and straighten. Oh, bring that up. Woo, left leg goes over the right. Left arm up and over, hips go left. And then we'll separate in that turnout position. Bend both knees, extend that spine, roll it under, cat stretch, extend it again. And then sit back into it, left arm lifts, maybe hinge forward a little, lift it up. Beautiful. Whoo, shake that all out. All right, we're gonna bring that weight behind our right leg and secure it by bringing that leg nice and close. Knees come together, weight in your right arm, and it's just a lateral raise with both. Bend in your left knee so the spine stays tall. But make sure as you rotate, you keep that good squeeze, hamstring engaged, and that's also going to hold that weight in place. Two more. Leave the leg up, flip the arm, here you go, lift an inch, lift an inch, lift an inch. And relax. Woo, we'll cross that right ankle over the left thigh, stick the booty out, and roll it under. And stick it out again. And roll it under. One more time, stick it out, cross right over left, hips go to the right, arm to the left. Other side. So that weight goes behind your left knee. You really, really want to get it nice and secure. Engage those hamstrings. Arm and leg flare to the side, right knee is bent. Last one, hold it up. Arm flips, and we press up and up. And relax. Ooh. Right ankle across your left thigh. Extend it out and roll it under. And extend it out. Roll it under. One more time, extend it out. Left crosses right, up and over you go. Okay, and one weight in each hand. Beautiful wide stance, low toes turned out. Give me a little plie and make sure you do so that your knees don't collapse in, that they come out over your heels. And then serve your platter as you sit down and come up. Now you can add a heel raise if you want, the whole time, part of the time. 2 more. And sit down into it. Serve your platter. Get your arms straight. Sit a little deeper. Give me a little bend. Straighten, straighten. Hold your arms straight. Thumbs right straight up. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Try not to have them held together, but close together. Oh, almost there. Bring that down. Woo, bring it up. Hands flex, open your chest. Woo, shoulders out of your ears, give it a squeeze. Rotate a little to the left, flex a little more. A little to the right, flex a little more. Shake all that out. All right, we are headed down to the ground. But we're going to stay upright, seated upright. As we come down. And just sit comfortably in a cross-legged position. Scoot your booty back, 1 weight in each hand. I want you to be really conscientious on this one that we keep our torso lifted and our weight a little bit forward. So roll through your hips a couple times. Feel yourself roll onto the backs of your hips, middle of your hips, and then forward, roll back, middle, forward. Last time, roll back, middle, forward. Stay forward, 1 weight in each hand. Palms are facing each other. Actually, let's go wide. If this hurts your shoulders, go in. Otherwise here, make sure you're tipped forward. Weights are coming up and forward a tiny bit and then pull back like you're doing a lat. Lift up and pull back. So shoulder press and then kind of an imaginary lat pull. As you come down slowly, you're controlling it. So a little bit of eccentric work, but make sure you're not hunched into it because that would be the worst thing we could do. And relax. Ooh, shake that out. 1 arm up and around, other arm up and around, left arm down, give it a little tug down, pull across, right arm down and across. All right, so we're going to spin over onto our hands and knees. Feel free to double up your mat if you want a little extra cushioning. And single weight back behind that right leg, just like we had it before, only this time we'll be going straight up. So you want to lock that heel in nice and close to your booty and square your body up. Flex through the right heel or point the toe, doesn't matter to me. You're going to lift that thigh, try and keep it even with the ground and then go a little higher and a little higher. So small range of motion. If you want to test your balance a little, you could lift your left arm by your ear, or you can bend it down and lift it up. So now should be hamstring, glute, and extensor muscles, erector muscles. And relax. And then weight goes behind your left leg. And again, we want to secure that by really hugging that heel close to your hip. You can have that foot flexed or pointed, and then we lift it up. We're trying to keep it really straight, not rotate it out. Adding the right arm if you want for balance, lift and lower if you want. Almost there. And relax. All right, bring that weight back to your right leg again. And what you want to think about, especially if you have access to your camera, is as you lift that, oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll reverse. Okay, as you lift that right leg, you want to try not to swing to the left like that. So square yourself up, take a good look at where your shoulders are. You can even widen your stance so you can see your hips. And then, so you're going to do your best to keep your body in a nice straight alignment. So this also works our obliques in that anti-rotation movement. Because again, if I swing over here, I'm not having to stabilize. But if I keep it in line, I have to stabilize. Last one, hold it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, bring it down. Yikes, we'll stretch our hips really well in a bit. Weight goes behind your left leg. Again, you don't want to sway over to your right. Lift and lower. Hold it up. Hold, and relax. Woo! Actually, we'll do a little stretch right now, especially if you have that, a little bit of roll on that mat. Go ahead and give yourself a little extra so that your booty can be lifted up just a little bit. Cross your right leg in front of your left, and instead of being out like that, bring your knees close together. So each knee is pretty much in front of the hip. Press yourself tall. You may already feel a hip stretch on the outside of either hip. If you want more, hinge forward, walk your hands for support. As always, flat back. If we roll, we'll be avoiding it. So it should be a beautiful stretch on that right hip. Sit tall, extend your left leg, right leg comes across, still sitting on that lift. Pull your right knee across, but try not to roll off the right hip. So push the right hip down and pull it across. And then flip that right leg open, and this is more of your traditional figure 4. So that knee might be out to the side, hinge forward. And then just for the heck of it, so we feel the difference, take that knee in front of your hip. And then if your foot went on the ground, lift the foot up, and then hinge forward. A little different. All right, bring all that up. Left leg crosses in front of the right leg, typical crisscross, but then we're going to slide the knees toward each other so each knee is in front of a hip. Grow tall, that might be as far as you go. Maybe you hinge. If your hip, one hip is tighter than the other, you will feel it differently. This one's tighter for me. And then sit it up, straighten the right leg, cross the left leg over, bring the left knee towards your right shoulder, but push the left hip down. And then let it flip open in our typical figure 4. Feel how that is. And then while you're there, slide it over, but lift the foot. Slightly different stretch. Okay. All right. Yay. Let's go ahead. You can probably unfold your mat all the way again. And we're going to roll over onto our side. One more round of outer hip love. This time for our clam, we're going to put the weight in our top leg, behind our top leg. So the hamstrings are going to have to be engaged a little bit too. And your top arm is holding a weight, and it's resting, basically your elbow resting on your hip. And both are going to rotate open without the waistline dropping down. Flex through that left heel. Waistline stays up. I am both lifting my foot this time and rotating it. 2 more. Yikes. Last time. Rotate, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, relax that down. Give that top hip some love. Flip it up over to the other side, please. And again, we're going to put that weight behind the top leg and in the top arm. The top arm is going to rotate. The top leg is going to lift and rotate. But you're not rolling back onto your glutes, so just be aware of that. Almost there. Hold it up this time. Hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ay, bring that down. Give that top hip some love. And then you're just going to roll over onto your spine, one weight in each hand, palms open, and just let that give you a passive stretch here for your chest. And then bend the elbows, stick up position. So with the weights in the hands, think about pressing your knuckles, your wrists, back of the wrists, elbows, triceps and shoulders into the ground as you press the head there, and that should help open up that chest a little more. And then you're going to bend your knees, hands slide down by your sides, palms up. Deep breath in, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Get both shoulder blades lifted, and then lift the arms, reach towards the top of the knees, hold here, and then exhale, bring it down. Inhale. Exhale, drag the arms along. Inhale, lift and reach, and exhale down. And keep that going for me. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift, stretch, reach, holding at the top on the inhale, bring it down. You have the option, of course, to roll all the way up if you want. It is a roll up, but the partial roll up is absolutely fine. So it's either all the way up, lifting, and all the way down, or part of the way up, and then give yourself that bonus extension or extending with your arms. And relax. Let's flip those arms again without the weights this time. Cactus arms. Press the knuckles, back of the wrist, elbows, shoulders, head into the ground. All right, and then we'll take a single weight below our knees, and we're going to put the other weight in our left hand, and we're going to let the knees rock to the left as we hold that weight between them, and then inhale back to center only, to the left and center. And then come back through center, go to the right and center, to the right and center, to the right, center. One more time like that. All right, little extra challenge. Keep your right shoulder on the ground, lift that right arm up. Go to the left, center, keep your right hand where it is, go to the right, don't bring that right arm across, there's your challenge, center, left, center, Right fingers stay exactly pointing where they were a moment ago. Center, left, center, right, without moving the right arm. Back to center one more time. Left, center, and to the right, and center. Woo! Weight into your right hand. Knees stack tabletop. Move knees right and center. Head presses into the ground, shoulders press into the ground. Abs in, ribs are pointed to the sky, hips are rotating. And then knees go to the left and center, left and center. Two more. And then left shoulder blade on the ground, left fingertips point to one thing at the ceiling and they stay as the knees go right, center. Here's your challenge. They go left and center. Also challenging is keeping that right shoulder on the ground when those knees go to the left, because you don't have that left arm there anymore. Oy. And center. Woo! All right, let's give those hip flexors some love. They might have worked. Wide stance. Drop the right knee in, let the left leg drop open. You could even put a weight on the outside of that right leg to encourage a little more stretch. And back through center, left knee drops in, right leg drops open. And again, if you want, you can set a weight on the outside of that left leg. And back through center. All right, hug those knees in, little rock. And then pivot over to face me. Feel free to double up your mat underneath your elbow for a little extra cushioning. We're going to be doing our side plank. So this shoulder we want to protect. Push it back, press it down, engage your lats, create space between your ear and shoulder. Option one, knees are stacked, not in front of us, but in line with our spine, all 10 toes in the air, and we come up side of the thigh, both knees or both hips lifted, or top leg in front of the bottom one, straddle, or slide the feet together. And then you're just going to poke a hole in the ceiling by pressing that weight up and maybe overhead just an inch, not too much. Don't want to feel that in your shoulder. And then bring the weight onto the lowest part of your leg you can reach. Hold it with just 2 fingers, lift up. And relax. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We get to do that on the other side, right now? Yeah, sorry to disturb you. All right. So again, we're going to protect this shoulder by pushing it back, lifting up out of it, engaging the lats, ear and shoulders create space, knees stack, toes in the air. So if you choose to be on the side of your thighs, you're like that, or top leg in front of the bottom, straddle or stack, and then we lift. Then put that weight as low on your legs as you can go, 2 fingers hold in place. And relax. Ah, beautiful. As you sit up, let's put that left leg in front of the right, right leg behind. You'll notice you're sort of rolled over onto one side, so, or to your left. So I want you to roll that mat up so your left glute can sit up on that. And that should give you a better elevation. Arms, let's start out here, T position. You're going to go over to the right, center to the left. Center one more time like that. Right, center, left. And arms in a V, but we're not going to go like that. We're going to keep our head centered to the right, center, to the left, center. One more. And then hands together if you'd like. And then we'll flip. So that lift comes underneath your right glute. And again, if you're rounded, pull that glute out from under you, sit as tall as you can, arms into a T, tap to your left, center, and right. And left again, and right. Then arms into a V, your head goes with. And then if you like, hands together. Beautiful. All right, we're going into a forward plank. You have some options. You can keep this lift here and use that for your forearms. You can, if you're on the fronts of your thighs, you can use that for your knees. If you don't feel like you need either, then go ahead and roll it back out. Remember, we do planks on our forearms with our hands separated, right? This is more challenging, more parallel position, more challenge, more increase of the moment arm biomechanically, hands apart, shoulders out of your ears. Pre-plank means we lift the torso up. So we're on our knees, our toes, and our forearms. No sag, no booty up. Everything's a straight line head to hip. Or option two, roll onto the tops of your thighs. Again, no sag, no booty move, nice straight line. Or finally, tuck your toes and press up in a straight-legged position. The closer your feet are together, the more challenge. Hands apart, shoulders broad, head in line, abs pulled in, ribs pulled in. If you're on your toes, press through the heels and lift the thighs. Just 15 more seconds. And bring it down. Let's press back in our shell stretch. Hips sit back on your heels. Arms can be in front, preferably by your side. If you have knee issues, you tuck them behind and give yourself a little extra space. Undulating forward and back through a cow-cat. And then we'll flip it all the way over onto our spine. Bring your weights with you. Put one weight to your right, and the other weight will go behind your right leg. Kind of mid-hamstring, not behind your knee where it'll press on those ligaments. Pull that knee in and over to the right. Give it a nice little tug, deepen the hamstring and hip stretch. Straighten out the left leg, flex through the heel. Use your left hand to pull that knee up and across towards your right shoulder, right? So I'm using the dumbbell head to help me get that right hip stretch. Then I'm going to bring all that back through center, and we're going to bring that weight against the calf. Flex through the heel, bend the knee deeply into your shoulder, and then get some movement through the ankle. With that weight pushed against your calf muscle, you might feel a little trigger point and flex, and then straighten the leg out, roll that weight down to your hamstring again, avoiding the knee, flex through the heel, straighten out the left leg a little more by flexing through that heel, pull that leg a little closer, and then relax it. And then we're gonna let that leg go a little bit to the left, nice straight leg, turn the toe down. And then we'll bend it and we'll take both weights, or we'll take the left weight to the left, pivot that knee open, passive figure four now. And again, thread your needle by grabbing the hamstring, or if you have the flexibility, the shin. The more you bend your knees, the deeper the stretch on that right hip. If you liked having that knee over the hip, you can try that move, a little bit deeper for the piriformis. And then let's pull the ankles apart and end up with our knees crisscrossed over each other. Then we'll slide our hands under those weights to help keep our shoulders down as our knees drift up and over to the left shoulder, staying there or dropping into a twist. Bring those knees back through center, uncross. And then we'll take one weight behind that left hamstring, hug it in, use that dumbbell head to move that leg around. Bring it over to the left. Bring it in nice and close. Stretch that right leg out on the ground, flex through the heel, and use the dumbbell head to bring that knee across to your right shoulder. And back through center. Flex through the heel. Use that weight up against the calf muscle, knee is into your shoulder, rotate through your ankle. And then straighten out that leg, flex through that heel. Both feet are flexing, press the knee down, the right knee, press the weight against the hamstring, hamstring against the weight, and then release that. Weight comes to the outside of that left leg, turn the toes down, and then bend that knee, left weight to the left. Open the knee, thread your needle, either grabbing the hamstring or the calf or shin. And again, you can pull that knee further across if you like that. The more you bend your elbow, the deeper the stretch. Grab both ankles, pull them apart, knee over knee. And then up and over to the right they go. Hands slide under the weights to help keep our shoulders down. Maybe you twist all the way to the right, totally up to you. And then roll onto your right side, uncross your legs, head rests on your right arm, left hand in front of you, give yourself a press up, and pivot over onto your hands and knees. Let's bring those hands up to the left corner, undulate forward in your cow and back in your cat. And then we'll walk the hands up and over to the right, same thing, undulating forward back. And then center it up, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, hover your knees here, neutral spine, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press those hips up, pedal those heels out. Bend those knees a whole bunch, hands on your thighs, exhale cat, inhale cow. So we want to come up in a neutral spine, tailbone is lifted, abs in, shoulders together, weighting your heels and your hips, lift it up, big deep breath in, and curtsy. Thank you guys.